Good afternoon and thank you all for joining us on this edition of KTN Weekend at 1. My name is Joy Lira. Now, the chairperson of the Commission on Revenue Allocation, Mika Chiserem, has expressed disappointment over what he called the meager allocations devolved to the counties by national government. Chiserem said the 226 billion shillings only amounted to a paltry 20% of the national budget and thus too little to sustain good governance. He was speaking in Eldoret during a stakeholders forum by the Senate Committees on Public Investment and Public Accounts.
We are very, very unhappy with the allocation to the county government of 2 to 6 billion. Remember, the revenue for 2014-2015 is 1 trillion. So 2 to 6 is like 20%. For every 100 shillings we collect, we give counties 20 shillings. And then we are saying they are misusing it. The 80 shillings for every 100, national government's on record chairman saying they have been losing 300 billion. Even the latest they say it could be as high as 500 billion. So we are not very happy. And thank God you have come on board as the Senate. We are really hoping that you'll recommend counties to get a bit more money, like 25 shillings for every 100.
So we want to make it clear at the beginning to the country and to the governors that this particular institution is purely for accountability. It is not for witch hunt, because it will be asking a lot of questions from the senators. Whereas a particular county has done very well, this committee will authoritatively tell the whole country that this particular county is doing very well.
We have been running investigations on the various Anglo-leasing matters, and the investigations are still going on. And we so far have said whatever else happens, the investigations should not be compromised. I would also like to tell you that the law on mutual legal assistance is now in place, and because of that, we are able to broaden our investigations on Anglo-leasing.
Now, the Parliamentary Committee on Land has put on notice Land's Cabinet Secretary to actually Charity Ngilu, and the Chairman of the National Land Commission, Mohamed Swazuri, over their persistent squabbles. Speaking in Naivasha, the Chairman of the committee, Alex Mwiru, said that it was disheartening to see the duo engaged in fights as members of the public continued to suffer. The Tharaka Member of Parliament said that Parliament would take decisive action against the duo if they did not resolve their differences. Mwiru was accompanied by the committee members who were addressing hundreds of the Isahakia community members and the squatters in Naivasha.
Watu wa hapa Migori pia tunataka kujulishwa kwale ambazo ziko hapa juu zinakuanga pande ya nani sisi.
Charity Ngilu kwamba marumbano yao yaishe, wafanyie watu kama wakazi. La sivyo tunaenda kuwanyorosha kama bunge. We cannot afford to stay feuding and there is no title that is being released in Kenya. Maskini kama hawa hawandumiwi. Wanasema watatoa title milioni 3 kwa miaka mitatu, utatoa title wakati mnapigana.
Na tunaona kwamba waziri wetu wa ardhi na mwenyekiti wa National Land Commission, mmoja anaitwa Swazuri na mwingine anaitwa Ngilu, kila wakati ni marubano kule Nairobi. Ingefaa sana kama wangekuwa wanarubana ili watu wa Isahakia na wale wengine wapate mashamba. Kwa hivyo zile vita ambazo wako nazo kule Nairobi watoe huko, walete wapi? Hapa. Hata mimi naona mashamba sana sana hayaiko Nairobi. Si kule ni manyumba tu iko. Wakuje hapa Naivasha, waende kule Rift Valley, waende Mombasa. Waache hiyo maneno ya marubano yao, wakuje wasuluhishe maneno haya.
The second annual Civil Society of the Year Awards were held last evening here in Nairobi. The event was meant to celebrate and reward civil societies in the democracy and governance sector for the activities that have had impact on the communities they work in. The overall winner of the awards was Legal Resources Foundation. The first runner-up position was taken by Independent Medical Legal Unit, while the second and third runners-up were taken by the Center for Rights Education and Awareness and Center for Enhancing Democracy and Good Governance.
We appreciate you. Please give a big applause to Ted.
Now, police in Isiolo have arrested a teenage boy who was allegedly in possession of an illegal arm. The Isiolo Deputy County Commissioner David Kipkemei said that the 17-year-old boy suspect was arrested between Gotu and Merti, around the same area where bandits had attacked officers from the Kenya Bureau of Statistics 3 days ago. The police suspect that he could be one of those who have been attacking people on that road. He was allegedly found with an AK-47 rifle and 8 rounds of ammunition.
Whenever they see our officers outside there searching for these aliens, please support them. It is for the good of this country that we flush out bad elements among us.
You have seen in marketplaces how vicious the competition is between those who sell their merchandise there. Each seller has to shout or use sweet words to capture clients. But in this next story, a couple of young men compete with others at Mudhura Market, yet they can neither speak nor hear. Take a look.
At exactly 11 in the morning, we make a visit to Stephen Chege and Paul Miohe. The two brothers own this shoe shop in Mudhura Market in Nairobi. Just like any other business person here, they too are fighting to win over customers to buy from them. But they are different from the rest. Their way is so silent with a lot of gestures.
Baadaye nikaanza kutafuta kazi, maisha yalikuwa magumu kupata kazi. Kwa hivyo nikasema niende nyumbani kwanza nikae, alafu baadaye nikaamua kurudi Nairobi, nikafanya kwa viwandani huko kwa Wahindi, nikaanza kujifunza mambo ya printing. Kama unavyoona hiyo t-shirt yangu, kama miaka 10 hivi.
Stephen and Peter were born without hearing, and neither can they speak. Their determination to make it in life was so strong that it managed to silence any outer noise that ever tried to discourage them. Here at the market, they have had to devise clever ways to overcome their challenges and attract more clients to this business. They have made their prices slightly cheaper than their competitors, and the price tags speak loud and clear.
Nikaenda college ya computer nikasoma, baadaye nikatafuta kazi sikuweza kupata. Nikafikiria nimsaidie ndugu yangu, jirani yangu alikuwa na pikipiki. Nikaenda nikachukua pikipiki nikaanza kufanya kama boda boda.
They sometimes bargain with their customers in writing, negotiating and finally reaching an agreement. However, it is occasionally a sweet surprise when a client understands sign language. Christabel Mutimba is a long-time client of theirs. However, they still feel isolated as some customers avoid them, claiming that sign language is time-consuming.
Mungu mwenyewe ndio alituumba. Hata nilipozaliwa nikiwa sisikii. Na watu wako tofauti. Kuna wengine hawezi ongea, wengine ni bubu, wengine hawasikii. Ni Mungu mwenyewe ndio ana vile kwa mapenzi yake ndio ametuumba.
Stephen wishes to grow his business even more. They say being challenged is not a curse, just a motivation to work harder than the rest.
Si vizuri kuonea haya ama kujiona haya. Kama mimi ikiwa nafanya biashara hii, kuna wale ambao ni vibofu, ambao hawasikii, kuna wengine pia ni vilema. Nijaribu, tushirikiane pamoja. Tujaribu chochote ambacho unaweza kufanya. Usiogope.
Theirs is a story of determination, drive and the courage to compete in an unequal playing field.
Thanks a lot, Will Kister, for that story. Now, Kajiado Central Member of Parliament, General Joseph Nkaiseri, has said locals carrying out female genital mutilation must prepare to face the law. He said many who break such laws will always rush to leaders to protect them against arrest by police in the name of traditions and culture. The legislator said nobody will be protected or spared on this, as it was outrightly going against the Kenyan law. The MP told chiefs that they should not fear taking action against perpetrators of such practices. Kaiseri was speaking at Ilbisil, where he presided over a ceremony to mark the rite of passage for Morans at the Il Meshuki age group.
Kama shule zimefungwa, kama shule imefunguliwa, inaachiliwa kidogo hadi shule ifungwe tena, ndipo tupate kuelewa mila zetu, ili tusisahau yaliyofanywa na mababu zetu.
We'll take a short break now. Do stay with us, as very shortly we are going to be having KTN Africa Speaks. And if you are interested in football, and specifically an Arsenal fan, and want to know what's happening at the Emirates Stadium, we're going to be hosting Abdul Ghani Adam, who is the only African youth coach at the Emirates Stadium, that is the Arsenal camp. So do stay with us shortly on KTN Africa Speaks. That is who we're going to have in studio. We are tweeting using the hashtag #FootballAfrica.